So 3 more minutes. We'll start at 10:10. So 3 more minutes. Okay, welcome back, guys, to Juxtamed quiz. So today we'll cover nose and sinus related clinical questions. So let's begin. Okay, here's our first one. A 16-year-old male presents with recurrent episodes of profuse epistaxis and nasal obstruction. On examination, there is a reduced lobulated mass within the nasopharynx extending into the nasal cavity. So what will be your diagnosis? So this tumor actually loves teenage boys and is highly vascular and is known for massive nose bleed on biopsy. Right. It is nasopharyngeal angiofibroma. Okay, we have Myra, yes, PKSM, Ashish, and Krishna in the top five days. So let's move on to the second question. A 22-year-old female presents with nasal congestion, sneezing, and clear rhinorrhea that worsens with exposure to dust and cold air. So there is no fever or sinus tenderness. What is the most likely diagnosis? So we can narrow down to actually two options here. So there is a dust. One important clue is exposure to dust and cold air. Yeah, right. It is allergic rhinitis. Okay, we have PKSM in the first place, Myra in the second place, and RK in the third place. We also have S Dr. Reed Stark, Suren, W. Ashish, Krishna, Shalini, Thor, S. A. Shanpriyan, L. B. Sanup, E. P. R. K. Shetty, Hemant C. Okay, guys. So let's move on to the third question. A 45-year-old male presents with painless unilateral neck swelling, nasal congestion, and occasional blood-stained nasal discharge since 3 months. There is no fever or facial pain. Cervical lymph node is palpable, and irregular mass near the fossa of Rosenmiller. What is the most likely diagnosis? So, a very clear question. Two important clues here. Cervical lymph node is palpable, and mass near fossa of Rosenmiller. I don't think you may need any further clue. Yeah, it is nasopharyngeal carcinoma. Okay, we have Myra now, followed by PKSM, Krishna, W, and S. Okay, let's move on to the fourth one. A 12-year-old boy presents with nasal trauma after a fall while playing. He complains of nasal obstruction and pain. On anterior rhinoscopy, a bilateral soft fluctuant swelling is seen on the nasal septum. So, what is the most appropriate next step of management? Okay, ignoring this actually will lead to a complication on a saddle nose deformity. So, yeah, we need to do immediate incision and drainage in order to prevent the complication, that is saddle nose deformity. Okay, now we have Myra, Krishna, W in the top three places, and followed by we have Dr. Reed Stark, Ashish, S, V, Sanup, PKSM, and PP. Okay, moving on to the next question. A 30-year-old male presents with periorbital swelling, restricted eye movements, diplopia following a blunt trauma to the face. Examination revealed subcutaneous emphysema and tenderness over the medial orbital wall. Which of the following is the most likely diagnosis? So the clue is medial orbital wall. If you have revised anatomy well, you'll get it very easily. This is a very thin bony structure which can often be injured in orbital surgery or any surgery involving the superior meatus. Yeah, it is lamina papracia. Okay, the question had medial orbital wall injury. So we can exclude orbital floor injury. Okay, we have Myra, W, Ashish, S, and Sanoop. Okay, moving on to the sixth question. A 40-year-old female presents with chronic nasal obstruction, foul-smelling nasal discharge, and anosmia. Examination reveals a roomy nasal cavity with thick crust and mucosal atrophy. So, what is the most likely causative organism? So, this condition actually gives you a stinky nose. The bacteria is the usual culprit here. Right. It's Klebsiella ozone.
All right, so we have Myra leading the leaderboard, followed by W and Ashish. Let's keep the pace up, guys. Okay, so your next question is a 30-year-old woman presents with chronic nasal congestion, sneezing, and watery rhinorrhea that worsens with exposure to strong odors, temperature changes, and stress. There is no history of allergies or esophageal. Anterior rhinoscopy shows pale nasal mucosa without polyps. What is the most likely diagnosis?
Okay, most of them got it right. Okay, we have Myra, W, Sanup, Ashish, and Dr. Reed Stock.
Great going, guys.
Okay, a 35-year-old male presents with bilateral nasal obstruction, anosmia, nasal discharge within 6 months, no history of fever or pain. Anterior rhinoscopy reveals bilateral pale, glistering polypoidal mass arising from the middle meatus. So, what is the diagnosis? So, I think no clue is required. The question has, I think, two or three clues.
Even though the questions are lengthy, the clues are just inside the question.
Yeah, right.
Oh, right.
Because it is bilateral, it will be H model.
Right.
Okay. Okay, a 20-year-old male presents to ER with recurrent episodes of anterior epistaxis. So on rhinoscopy, the bleeding site is localized to anterior and inferior part of the septum. So what is the most likely source of bleeding? I think the question is asking you what is the site, most common site of bleeding here. Yeah, right. It is Kisselbach's plexus. So sphenopalatine artery will be one of the part of Kisselbach's plexus. Okay. So if the question asks what is the main artery which contributes to Kisselbach plexus, then it will be sphenopalatine artery. Okay, we have Myra, Dr. Reed Stark, Ashish RDT, Sanop, Krishna, W, Mukai, Srirama, C. Okay, so this is your last question of the day. Which of the following structure does not drain into middle meatus? It is the osteomeatal complex. So most paranasal sinuses actually love the middle meatus, but one prefers the superior meatus instead. Let's see if we can get it. Yeah, right. It is posterior model air sinus, air cells. Okay. Okay, let's see the winner of the quiz today. Okay, we have Myra as the winner today. So congrats, Myra. Then we also have Dr. Reed Stock, who is the second winner, and Ashish as the third winner. So congratulations, guys. And followed by we have RDT, Krishna, WC, Sanup, Sri Rama, Shalini, Mukai S, Shanpriyan, Shetty, and Naga. So it was good, guys. Good going. Okay, so That was it for today. So we have completed ear and nose successfully, and we have throat left. So we'll prepare for it and see you in the next session. Good night, guys.